Hey folks, welcome to week 4. So the last 3 weeks we kind of focused on defending in pairs and break throws. And then this is going to take the next priorities that people said in the poll of working on deeps and working on individual lane Ds. So we're going to do that now. The drills we're doing today, if you've been coached by me in the past, you might remember them. They're fairly straightforward, but I think as long as you bring a really good focus to them, you can get a lot out of them. So we're going to start with working on cross field shots. So the way this drill works, everybody is in a line in the middle of the field, kind of off the field, pile of discs at the front. First person does not have a disc, everyone else does. Okay. This person's gonna go, I would keep this really shallow, like 2 or 3 yards out, and then cut to the side. The disc is thrown so that they catch it towards the sideline, and then there should be one person on this side who is going to strike, and they need to strike straight down the field. Okay, their goal is to catch it kind of in the corner beside the edge of the goal box. And this shot is going to come out, if the person's right-handed, it should be a righty backhand, and it should go out and bend across the field and then get caught here. As soon as this disc was thrown from the front of the line, the person at the front of the line goes this way and cuts the opposite direction. This disc gets thrown to this person, and this person who just threw the huck now becomes the next strike, and then the disc comes across the field. Okay, poof. Again, we want these kind of curving all the way across. The strike should go straight down the line. This person then cycles through. This person cycles through. Next person at the front of the line cuts to the opposite side. This disc gets thrown to them. This person strikes down the field, and that throw comes out. So the goal is to have like a pretty continual flow of shots. They should be nice bendy throws. There should be some OI edge from the backhand to the flick side, some OI edge from the flick to the backhand side. And try to put these shots up so that they're not going flat. Like, they should not be catchable for the entire way. They should get above people's heads, and then come down rather than traveling straight across the field. So we're looking for shape on these shots. And that's an important skill, is to have shape to hit people in stride. Okay, so that's kind of the first drill. It should be useful to get bodies moving, should be helping people dial up their throws a bit. We don't have a ton of options to like really fine tune deep shots overall in this space, but we're gonna make do with this. So this is kind of stretching a little bit. So that's drill number 1, cross field shots. Drill number 2 is a drill I'm calling lasers. So everybody has a partner, and this is gonna be a little bit chaotic, so I need everyone to have their heads up. Okay, because I think we'll probably have 5 to 6 or maybe even 7 folks on the lines here, so it is going to be tight. And I'm going to ask that everybody work on one throw to start. So we're all working on our flick to start. Unless you're left-handed, you get to go the opposite way. Okay, and each person has a partner across the field, and our job for lasers is to throw lasers, which means that we are throwing these as hard as we can. We are throwing these as fast as we can. We're throwing them as flat as we can. So these are maximum power throws. And so everybody needs to be 100% heads up. You don't get the opportunity to like have a disc go over your head or something and like look and stay looking that way. That's not an option. You have to keep your head on a swivel the whole time, because this is going to be like a lot of discs coming at you. So each pair should only have one disc, but you got to keep your head up in this, or else it can get out of, it can go bad. But the point of this is that when we're throwing full power, and I mean like you need to be at the limits of your power, you push your ability to throw hard. And by being really, really focused on what that flight path looks like, keeping it dead table flat all the way to your target, means that when you try to throw something that hangs a bit, you actually get, it'll feel so much easier. So we're doing the very, very hard thing of throwing this like perfectly flat, should not ever be above someone's head, should be catchable the entire time to our partner, and it should not bend left or right. Okay, it should just be flat the whole way, and And yeah, so that's what I'd like us to do for about 5 minutes, where we all just work on flicks. There's some great throwers in the group, so feel free to ask them what things that you might need to, if you're having trouble with that. I would say a lot of people have too much movement in their hand, so they might throw their flick with a big like circle on it, meaning they've got this like the disc comes up near their head down to their feet. And so if we can be consistent and small in our delivery of the disc, or especially in the windup, then we can throw it a lot more consistently. And that means when we make a mistake, it's a smaller fix rather than having something that's like this big movement with lots of variables in it. Fewer variables makes it easier to control what the outcome is. So 5 minutes or so, read what the group is feeling on their flick, 5 minutes on their backhand, and then we'll get into the next drill. So basically the point again is to do something that's really, really hard, be very, very precise in what our outcome goals are, and then that makes the rest of our deep throws easier. Okay, so that's lasers. That's laser drill. The last drill we're gonna do is, I'm gonna explain it vertically because it makes a little more sense vertically. But we're gonna end up running it that way across the field. Okay, so this is, normally I run this as 5 people in a row like this. So pretend this is a regular field for a second. We'd set up our normal vertical stack. And let's say this person, I'm gonna put them with the white because they're the defender in this one. So this defender here normally sets up underneath, and their job is to play defense. And so sometimes we get into these situations. Let's put the disc kind of there. So the pink is the disc in this case. Oh, I should put the eyeballs, but that's okay. I think I can do that. Eyeballs. Now we can see which way this person's looking. That's awesome. Okay. So this person's looking at that person, the green defender, the green cutter there. So within the Lane D reps, we need to come into each rep with a little bit of a framework around what we want to do on every rep. And so the 3 words that I would encourage you to embrace are deny, contest, and chase. Okay, so the first one is deny. Deny means you need to come into this rep and have a place on the field where you are absolutely denying. Usually this is going to be the open under space here, the space directly in front of the disc. The reason being, it is the easiest throw for this person with the disc, and there are the fewest other defenders in that space. Most of these folks will be set up around the stack. There might be someone over here with a defender on them. So there's not a lot of defenders. You don't have to throw past defenders. So that's the one we usually come in with a deny mentality. In that deny mentality, we need to fight to stay towards this side. So in soccer, we might use the term goal side, but we have to fight to stay between this person and our deny space. Okay, so we're gonna face them. When they move, we're gonna stay with them and keep denying that space. Maybe they move over here and we're still denying that space, but we're, especially on first moves, we have to keep our hips locked on them and move with them as we go. We don't, when we see them move, we don't just open our hips. That's a recipe for getting beat. We need to fight to maintain that orientation and that buffer as well. So sometimes people might start off, if you start really far off, you probably need to keep fighting to hold that. If you start tight, good for you. That's like a really in your face kind of D. But you need to keep fighting to hold that the entire time. As soon as you turn your hips, you're giving up control of that space. So deny is the first thing. It's the most important one. I usually like to pick even one shoulder that I'm denying. So I might especially deny this person's approach, like going around this way. That might be my number one priority. This person is absolutely not getting around me to that space. I'm willing to fight everything I can to get there. So that's my deny shoulder. Okay. If I'm going to deny to this space, I'm going to deny to this shoulder. Contest is number 2. Okay. I'm going to contest things the other way. Okay. Towards my other shoulder. So if this person starts working with them, I'm gonna stay close and fight, but I'm never gonna give up my deny shoulder. Okay, so if they go this way, I'm with them. If they go the other way, I'm staying with them, but I'm not overcommitting. I'm always being in a position where I can fight back and own that deny space and that deny shoulder. The last part of this is chase, okay? The chase is where you're basically accepting that you're gonna get beat and you're gonna try to just stay close as you can, but you're not giving up your contest and you're not giving up your deny, okay? So what we see too much is like, this is my deny space. Let's say this is my contest space. And that means my chase is gonna be kind of this whole area over here. We see a lot of times an offensive player cut out and this person overcommits. They are chasing too hard and then they give up their original deny. And the thing about that is the whole defensive system should be built up to generate pressure over time and make hard throws the only throws available. And when you give up your deny space, you're making their lives too easy. Okay, so I like to think of, I've always come into this rep when I pick a deny shoulder or a deny space. I have a contest shoulder where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with you, but I'm not giving up my deny space. And then I have a final space where I'm saying, if you're gonna go that way, I'm not gonna be able to win unless a disc is floating or something, or I can close really well. But it creates a framework for you to say like, I have to fight for a space and I need to work that way. So what we're gonna do, what I do in a normal drill is this person plays defense on the one in the stack. They come in, they take a second of this themselves. They think, okay, maybe this is my deny shoulder, maybe this is my contest shoulder, and this is the chase area over here. And they play that rep out. So it's a full set of full stall 10. If this person gets open, that's great. Doesn't matter. If this person gets the block, that's great. The goal is to apply pressure there. As soon as that disc gets thrown and whatever result happens, this person cycles out. This person, don't sprint to get the next one in line. Just get close to them, take your time, take a second to breathe. We want to have high quality reps over high quantity reps. And so this person is going to play that rep, the next rep. And they play it out, then they would play this one out, then they would play this one out, then they would play this one out. And so it gives 5 consecutive reps to play, to apply that system and come in every time, okay? So that's how I would normally run that drill. In our case, given that there isn't a ton of space and I want to get a bunch of people through these reps, what we're going to do is we're going to operate this way, okay? The disc is going to start middle or slightly to the open side of the field. We're going to have one person in the field. You know what? Let's do it in a group of 3, actually. That feels better. Okay, so we're going to have 3 people in the stack here. I'd like the stack probably pushed slightly to the break side. And this defender is going to play defense on this person. Let's set your end zones to just be like just off the field. Okay, so recognize that they don't have a ton of space to operate the throw, that the deep shot, if it comes out, is going to have to come out early. And yeah, you're going to play that defensive rep out. Put 1 mark here just to count the stalls. After that rep's done, this person slides out. The defender plays defense on the next person and then the next person. So it's 3 reps and then you cycle out of the drill, set up another version of it right here. And that's, yeah, so that's the lane D reps. So come in every time, take a breath, figure out which is your deny shoulder, which is your contest shoulder, and which way you're going to be chasing. And then you folks can scrim to finish. Thanks, friends. Okay, bye.